3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to episode number 51 of Teddybears and Tentacles podcast. My name is Quinn, and I have with me today Skinny Rick.
Skine Rick, as they say, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Skinny thick.
What's going on, dude? You're going out of town today, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be traveling. I ended the lifeguard season last Saturday.
Yeah.
They asked me to stay on for they're calling it the skeleton crew. It's basically going to be a small team of people who work with the fire department and drive up and down the beach.
Yeah.
However often. So it's basically less coverage, but they're going to be keeping those people on through November. But unfortunately, they needed confirmation immediately, and I couldn't confirm for another week because of my class schedule.
Yeah.
I was waiting on it, and so I didn't get to do that.
Now, when does the season is technically over? Or is there just not guards out there anymore? Is there going to be guards out there during the winter?
No. So whoever stayed on that crew, a skeleton crew, are going to be working through November, but there won't be any lifeguards seated at towers. They'll just be roving the beach in the mules, those off-road golf cart things.
Dang.
So, they'll be mostly responding to 911 calls on the beach.
Yeah.
They won't really be out there.
Yeah. Cool, dude. Well, so where are you going? And what are you going for?
I'm going to visit family in Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is in place of your Disney thing, or are y'all just doing that later?
I don't think we're doing that at all anymore.
Ever?
Yeah, ever. Probably.
Probably at some point, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, we canceled the scene. Me and Trey were gonna go to Disney for our senior trip.
Yeah. They
canceled that because of COVID, and then so I'm going to visit some family before I start school.
Well, that'll be fun at least. So you'll be going for a week. So we'll probably have next week. We'll take a break for a week, and then we'll have another break. After the next week, I think I'll be in Colorado, so it'd be cool taking our little end of the summer trips and stuff. You were gone all of last summer, so
yeah, pretty much all of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. Well, we got a good bit of stuff. None of it is, exceptionally crazy, but so it might be a shorter episode. I know that you got to go. I got to bring Rude to the vet, so let's do it, dude. The first thing that I want to touch on is just some news with Ghislaine Maxwell and the Epstein case. So this is something that we have been talking about for a while. I texted you yesterday, kind of just upset. So whenever I saw this, so it's being reported now that Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was in some way or another funding Epstein. And so since the beginning of this thing, we've been saying that this is more than likely some type of intelligence operations that went south. More than likely, I'd said that I thought it was probably Mossad for a while, which it looks like that is probably what it was at this point. So
it is interesting that, that her dad was working for so many different people.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just going to read a little bit of this. This is the Toronto Sun. This was also reported in the New York Post, but I figured I would read a different take from a different country on it, just to kind of see what they have to say. So an insider has come forward providing lawyers sworn testimony saying Epstein was secretly bankrolled by his reputed ex's dad, disgraced media baron Robert Maxwell. That's according to the UK Sun. They say the newspaper mogul pilfered hundreds of millions from his company's pension funds before his mysterious death in 1991, when he was found floating in the Atlantic Ocean after being on his yacht, the Lady Ghislaine, which was named after his daughter. So go down a little bit and let's see if there's any information in this. So Jean-Luc Brunel, which this is the French modeling scout. The possible financial connections between Epstein and Maxwell's dad were allegedly disclosed by model scout Jean-Luc Brunel in chats almost 20 years ago, the Sun said. Jean-Luc was telling acquaintances how why put it in parentheses, dude? John Luke was telling acquaintances how Ghislaine's father, Robert Maxwell, was one of the reasons why Jeffrey Epstein had money. One of the Frenchman's former close associates told the UK paper. So, again, as this investigation is kind of going on, we're just still kind of hoping to see some names named and some people held accountable for this, this sex trafficking ring, really. So I've said it before. I believe that Ghislaine Maxwell is more than likely the head of this thing. That's probably why she's still alive. And I think that more than likely we'll see some people held accountable, but not everyone. Just seems like it runs way too deep.
Yeah, I mean, think about how long it's taken us just to
start getting confirmation on some of this stuff.
Just to get the media to report on, his connections and his ties to Ghislaine's father.
Yeah.
Like if that was information that people just knew way back whenever he was
before
suicided.
Before he was suicided, really.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, I think we're just moving real slow.
Yeah. As slow as possible. Well, that's how,
and
how the process should, it's a speedy, you're supposed to have the right to a speedy trial, but if you want to get all this stuff right and have people held accountable, it has to go slow, Yeah.
I guess that's what, when they talk about like that turtle and, the rabbit.
Yeah.
They're trying to really apply some life lessons here to this case.
Well, I mean, one of the big problems with this thing is just the wake of bodies behind this story and, accusing people and arresting people and stuff like that, in the wrong timing could lead to key witnesses being killed and all that type of thing. So it's interesting to see, this stuff leak slowly, but there's just so much more to this thing that they're still not talking about. What was the next one? Okay. So this is, go to the next one real quick. Within the last few months, we've seen a lot of different, what is this, dude? Get off of that, man. Yeah. So within the last couple months, we've seen a lot of different reports and different confirmation that our government has had some type of knowledge of UFOs and different, whether you believe that they're alien aircraft or a different country.
Or maybe just someone threw a Frisbee too high.
Yeah. Well, confirmation is finally starting to kind of come out that some of this stuff is, that our government has known about it. And so this is a few different things that I've seen just the last couple of days. One of them is that there's possible signs of life on Venus based on some type of cloud or gas or something that's being emitted there. So we'll read a little bit of it. Scientists say they've detected a gas cloud in Venus that on Earth is produced by microbial life. The researchers have racked their brains trying to understand why this toxic gas, phosphine, is there in such quantities, but they can't think of any geological or chemical explanation. The mystery raises the astonishing possibility that Venus, the planet that comes closest to Earth as it whizzes around the sun, might have had some type of life flourishing more than 30 miles up to its yellow, hazy clouds. Nothing could live on what passes for land on Venus. Its smooth volcanic plains or scorching hellscape, hot enough to melt lead, where the temperatures exceed 800 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty interesting. I mean, as technology kind of moves forward, we're able to see some of this stuff. I'm still curious how they test to see what these clouds actually are, but somehow or another they think that they have some type of guess as to what these clouds are that they're seeing. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then I don't know if you saw this, but go to the next one maybe. Nope. Go to the first one.
This?
Yeah. And let's see. Scroll up on this. Okay, go back real quick and type in UFO New Jersey. So this is they're saying that this was a Goodyear blimp, which it very may well could have been, but dude, the way that it looks is just so crazy. Hit the first one. So
yes.
There's a ton of different cell phone footage of this. They say it's a Goodyear blimp. I don't know, dude. Look at this. Hit play and look at this light that it's like putting off. It's just really weird.
Oh, no, that's not
Like,
one.
do Goodyear blimps have like some type of super LED screen or something on it? It's crazy.
They got screens on them. Oh, this is on Tic Tac.
Yeah, but watch how bright this thing gets. Isn't that weird?
I don't know, dude. That's
So a lot of people had footage of this, but they say that it was just a Goodyear blimp over some stadium or something like that.
maybe. I mean, they didn't just want to ask Goodyear.
I don't know, dude.
Hey,
That was pretty funny.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we're just. You're right, dude.
We're not gonna just ask
We've got blimps.
the guy.
Hey, Goodyear, you guys got a blimp up there? And they're like, nope.
Oh, well, it's
a
a UFO.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
I mean, really,
Yeah,
it's like
you're right.
people are always like, well,
Yeah,
it's probably just like this guy, and it's like, oh, did we ask him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw pictures. Somebody took that same day of the blimp, so supposedly it's the blimp.
Could be.
Whatever.
Well,
I just thought it was
look at,
funny. There were a lot of people had filmed it.
So it has this, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Whatever. That just looked like a really bright screen. Looks like that one right there has it too. Yeah. I mean,
let's look at.
yeah.
So what we've got?
Yeah, look. So there's some with the stuff on.
Well, no. So it looks like this
is a screen.
is a screen, but if you look at, if you're looking at this, I mean, really, why is it blue?
It just looks so bright to me, but
It could be the blimp. I just, maybe if the blimp was, I don't know. Yo, how about the fact that we're still using blimps?
yeah, no. Well, I mean, we're only using them for like advertising and pretty much only Goodyear at this point.
And like we got a couch in it,
you can have like some kind of a little
a tea party
in it or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude.
I don't know, dude. Blimps make me nervous because it's like, what? I'm just gonna get in this big balloon animal that no one folded.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
This large unfolded balloon animal.
The Zeppelin, that was going to be a thing, pretty
Zeppelins?
much. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
those are the ones.
Zeppelins aren't.
Zeppelins were the ones that blew up, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
But what's the difference?
So it's just like, I mean, nothing. I think that those were propelled by just like a highly flammable gas. That's how they were kept up with like propellers and stuff. If you ever, there's a lot of Zeppelinage in Final Fantasy.
I mean, but then they get shot.
It's basically a flying submarine, or not even shot, dude. Think about back then, how many people were smoking cigarettes and all that stuff, and you're sitting in this thing that's like a highly flammable gas. I'm not even in frame, dude.
You were a second ago.
Like a highly flammable gas, and yeah.
I don't know. I don't like. I don't trust it.
Yeah. Sketchy, dude. But Goodyear is pretty much the only people that still do
Zeppelin.
Blimpery. Let's go to the next thing, or actually go back to that. Yeah. So this is just one that was saying that the Japanese government has basically told their Air Force to be on the lookout for different UFOs and stuff like that. So just little UFO / alien news I wanted to talk about real quick. I mean, yeah, dude, we'll be doing like Mass Effect in no time, pretty much.
They're human animal hybrids.
Yeah. So what's the next thing? Yeah, here we go. So I don't know if you saw this the other day in an episode of Joe Rogan's podcast with Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy asked if he would be willing to moderate a debate between Trump and Biden, and Joe Rogan had said that yes, he would be willing to if it was just them in the room with no other correspondents or anything like that, and that there wouldn't be a time limit to it. And of course, Trump tweets immediately that he wants to do it.
We're gonna do it.
I would say that there's a less than 0% chance that Joe Biden is gonna do this. So almost zero, dude. I think a long form conversation is what's going to keep that guy out of office. So I think there's no chance of that happening, but it would be cool. It'd be really cool. There's the next few things that we're going to be talking about is all Trump stuff. What's the next thing? Okay. I don't know if you saw this or not, but so one of his campaign ads that came out, it's like a support our troops campaign ad. The photos that were used in the ad were of Russian military. So they pointed out that the weapons that they're holding are AK-74s, and that those are Russian aircraft.
Yeah, that's rough.
Up there. So doesn't do good for Trump's
get it right, dude.
Oh man! Anytime that you see stuff like this, dude, it is just
how difficult is it? I mean, I'm just some guy, and I could tell you that they got the wrong. They maybe they got the wrong, backpacks on or something.
I happened to with like Kevin Hart recently. They somebody had done an article and accidentally switched up like him, put his face with like some Olympic runner or something like that.
Gosh.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, but
that's not a good
it sucks.
That's a worse mistake to make than this one, really.
Yeah. Pretty funny though. What's the next one? Click off this.
It's an ad.
Yeah, here's another mistake. So Kamala Harris accidentally refers to the Harris administration during one of these like news roundtables that they were recording. So
the Harris administration.
Yeah. So the
what's that?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the Harris administration because she's running for vice president. It would be the Biden administration unless she knows something that we don't. That we don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's always possible that I think there is a debate scheduled for like 2 weeks. It is always possible that Biden will get COVID, between now and then. We'll see, dude. We will see.
That was fancy. Why is this playing? Why is this the video?
Dude. We have a parkour video
took on played. The ultimate challenge. He's basically playing Subway Surfers in real life.
Yeah, he is. That's exactly what he's doing.
All right, I wouldn't call that the ultimate challenge.
Yeah, it wasn't that ultimate.
I've seen more ultimate things.
What's our next tab?
Top of, do you know how probably illegal this is?
It's probably very illegal. But how are they going to catch this dude?
No, there's no cop that's about to catch this guy.
Yeah.
He can run wherever he wants. It's a good thing that this isn't like a bullet train.
They basically just have to shoot that guy to stop him.
What were we saying? What's next?
What's the next thing? Okay. This one, I saw this last night and didn't really get a chance to look into it that much, so I figured we would just look at it now. But apparently there is some reports in Iran that the country is
Considering.
conspiring to assassinate the U.S. ambassador in Iran.
Oh, isn't that like a massive war crime?
Yeah, it'd be a huge war crime.
Isn't that like you get put in the no corner,
dude? I
type
don't
war crime.
This is the type of thing right here that whenever we're talking about false flags and stuff like that, military industrial complex, Trump is trying to get a large number of the troops out of the Middle East right now. Okay, and so this is priming for making something like this to happen, and it be blamed on Iran whenever.
And then we have to send in.
Yeah, then we have to stay there. Now we're in Iran. We haven't been. There hasn't been a heavy U.S. military presence in Iran. It's been in the surrounding.
Why can't we
country.
just leave? What is the consequence to us leaving?
These radical groups just taken back over immediately.
And then what?
And then, I mean, the eventual spread and assimilation of Western or Eastern and then Western Europe and, eventually potentially here. I mean, you have to think about ISIS convinced everyone. I listened to this podcast once. It was like 8 episodes from this reporter who she was like an ISIS reporter. So she would go over there. She was a U.S. lady. But at one point, they rescued 2 women. And whenever they rescued the women were more frightened and surprised that there was any rescuing at all because ISIS had convinced everyone in their village that ISIS had taken over the whole world, that this is the whole world now.
Yeah.
And so you might as well conform and, bow to us, because everyone is, or you can die. And so, I mean, that's how it happens, especially in places that are underdeveloped and don't have access to 24-hour news and the internet and stuff like that. I mean, you only see what's in front of you,
Yeah.
And so
I guess I just am confused, and not to say that we shouldn't help, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm just curious why it is that it's our responsibility to prevent that.
I would like
when
to
there's
say,
a lot of other countries who think that they can do it better.
Well, it's because we have allies and we've been in these proxy wars for the last 60
as long
years.
as I've been alive, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about Israel. We're, pretty heavily allied with the nation of Israel. And so
it's just such a weird...
there have been times where we funded groups that become radical groups. We talked about it last week. We funded the Mujahideen, which eventually became Al-Qaeda, and it doesn't take a lot. So, 9/11 was 19 hijackers and $500,000. That's how much money they had funneled to those 19 guys while they were in the country. $500,000.
It's really not that much.
It's not. And so it doesn't take that much for these radical groups to take over. And, that's the reason that we've been there. At least that's what we've been told. That's the official thing. And I mean, I think that it's true. I would hope that some of it is the guilt by our leaders that say, hey, we are the ones that blossomed this group into this group by the money that we gave them to help us fight Russia or in Afghanistan, or to help us fight for Israel, or that's what the proxy wars are just us giving people money, basically contractors that live in these places, so that we don't have to go there and fight ourselves. And
weird.
It's crazy.
It's a weird situation.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I completely understand what you're saying, but then, if you talk to somebody like Latif, that guy that we had on The Neglected, or Asmahan, both of them beg the troops not to leave, and it's because they still have friends and family, and they have experience in those places. They know what it looks like. And
I don't know. I know it's not this simple, but I always am they need their people to stop it. That's what they don't need someone else to come in and do it.
I know.
They gotta do it.
Yeah. Dude, I agree.
So that's, in my mind, that's if we want to go help, cool. But like if we are the only reason that radical groups aren't taking over, that's a problem.
It is. But the reason that we are what we are is only the union that the United States is. Otherwise, think if the union didn't exist, if the statehood of the United States didn't exist and the United States was 50 different countries, we'd be fighting Florida over,
Probably some sheep or something.
These trade routes, and, Texas would be New York, and New York would be a wasteland.
Yeah.
I mean, if all the states were their own countries, it would be exactly like it is there. So that's how you end up with a nation like Israel that is surrounded by enemies, and they have to go, hey, one side of the world is divided this way into country to country, and one side of the world is divided into states through a union that they've decided they're all going to get along and stuff like that. These are the people that we have to call on because they're we're what, like a third ish of the planet, our, not like our actual population, but the size of the United States. And, I mean, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know, man. I mean, wars existed, I'd imagine, since the beginning of time, regardless of what you believe that looked like, what the creation of our planet was.
Someone, I forgot who it was. I heard it was online somewhere. I heard someone talk about the story of Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
And if I remember it right, Cain is the one who kills Abel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was upset because God wasn't pleased with his offering of like vegetables or whatever. And so someone pointed out, though, like that's the first time someone died. So when he hit him with the rock and he died, he probably was like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, get up.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't know, because the story always sounded like he was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, how would you know to kill someone if that was like the first person? From a biblical standpoint, obviously, if you believe in whatever else, that's not. But still, if you're taking it out of that, in that context, it would be like, he just stopped moving. I don't know. I hit him and then he stopped.
Yeah. What does this mean?
Yeah.
When does he start
moving again?
Yeah. Man, dude. It's crazy though. I mean, I hope that this doesn't happen. I hope that, the U.S. ambassador in Iran doesn't get assassinated. I mean, on top of everything else that we have going on in our world today, the last thing that we need is for actual world war to happen. So,
and I still believe that the next world war, if there is one, hopefully not, but it won't be about territory. It'll be about political power and control.
Yeah.
It won't be, we're going to go capture the world. We're going to go, invade this place. I think it'll be killing specific leaders, and it'll be replacing their, it'll be a lot more secret kind of behind the scenes type stuff. There'll be a lot of power plays, putting people into certain places of office and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, today as well, like another really legitimate form of war would be just war on broadcasting and, basically the internet in general. Think about what would happen if we didn't have access to the internet anymore.
Yeah.
How many people wouldn't have jobs? How many people don't know what to do without the internet? All these TikTok kids that are
Tic Tacs.
Yeah, dude.
We got a couple of, pansies out.
You've been dancing for the last, year and a half, and decided to drop out of high school to go live with, all the other TikTokers
in a house.
Yeah. I mean,
and y'all are
crazy,
making money off it.
Making money, dude. Doing little dances.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what unfolds in the next couple months. We're, less than 2 months to the election now.
Spooky. Yeah, I don't like that.
What do you think's going to happen?
Same thing I've thought pretty much since the beginning of the year.
Chaos.
I think that if a Democrat gets elected, we'll see them get into office and things will not turn. I personally think that things won't turn violent, that they will be in office and they'll make changes that they want to make. They'll probably undo some of the things that Trump has done. And then as soon as we get a Republican back in office, there will be violence.
Yeah.
So that's basically, I just think that because the only people that I see out here saying that they're like calling for violent action are the people who so desperately want Biden in office and Trump out of office. So it's like, if he gets in office, I don't think we're going to see the type of violence that we would if Trump gets reelected.
Yeah.
I think that that all these people out here who hate him so much are going to do something about it. And so basically, I think that there will be some form of chaos, violence. I think that it just depends. It'll basically, if a Democrat gets elected, it'll keep boiling and brewing, and it'll just buy us some time before eventually everyone loses their mind, which sucks because
I've thought about just switching to flip phone no matter what right afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too much, man. It's just too much. And November's just creeping up slowly. Everybody's, nobody's forgetting about it, but
I want to.
There's just so much tension, in the country right now. Just so much tension. Well, dude, you ready to go get some lunch?
I'm hangry.
Yeah. It was a short one, but yeah. So we'll be back in a couple weeks, and then we'll have another short break for a week, and then
are we gonna talk about
rolling again. You want to talk about your week? What happened, dude?
I got it. I was happy. I finally can ollie good enough to get up like over curbs and stuff. It's like I was skating down the street the other day. I popped up onto the curb and hopped off. First time I've ever been able to do that.
It's legit.
Without like falling.
It's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I was happy. So still can't kickflip, but ollie's getting cleaner and cleaner.
Well, dude, both of the cats got sick.
Both of them?
Yeah.
What did they get?
Rue's been sneezing, and then Vinny started sneezing. So,
do you think they're sick? Because I know that animals can get allergies.
Yeah.
Like I know that animals can.
Yeah.
Can have allergies. Do you think that maybe they got maybe a whiff of some pepper or something?
I don't know. Vinny's prescribed allergy medicine, but
okay.
Rue, a lot of cats that come from like Humane Society and stuff like that end up having respiratory infections and stuff.
I did not know that, but okay.
She's good. I'm gonna bring her to the vet today. So that's gonna be the majority of my day today. Is
all right.
Figuring out what to do with that. Man, I'm tired. Well, yeah, dude. So if y'all want to follow us on social media, you can do that. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at TBAT Quinn.
And mine is at TBATSKINERICK, Skinny Rick.
Skinny Rick.
Also known as Skinny Thick these days. Did you see that tweet I posted?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, dude. So have a good trip, man. Hope y'all have fun and all that stuff.
Yep.
All right. Well, we will catch y'all next week.